Huh.
Yeah, I remember him like, so I'll carry it over there, 'cause I'm sure he's laughing his ass off watching me, freaking scrawny little nothing, trying to.
42 pounds.
Yeah, right. Freaking container of milk weighed as much as me, man. Just to lift that thing up over that thing to dump it in. Holy crap, man. I can remember one time, you must have been out pretty late at night, and we were milking. I remember we looked over and here you were, you're milking a cow. And there's Tony over there, he's leaning against the cow asleep.
More than likely. That was kind of a normal scenario. You saw when we weren't real busy. Oh yeah. What the hell silo was it? One of these here was only about 40 foot tall. I used to climb up and just sleep on top of the roof. Nobody bother you up there.
Right. Yeah. Now, when we're blowing silage, didn't we usually only hook up the gas molding to the blower?
What the hell did we use?
Because it seems to me, I remember once we had the diesel hooked up to it, and if you plugged that fucker up,
Oh, that was a bugger.
the diesel would really plug it up, because it took a lot to snub that thing off.
Yep. Yeah, I remember beating pipes out more than once.
I remember one time, of course, you know, me being young, I'm like, come on, get that thing going, come on. I try to get as much as I could in there, and you'd listen to that tractor. You're like, no. And I plugged it up once.
You learned quicker than I did.
You spin it and trying to dig that out, and that stupid thing was just barely moving, just, you know, like this. The big blower in there.
Oh.
But they're so goddamn heavy. And I'm trying to clean it out, and the thing come up, and it's just barely moving, and went, toonk, knocked me in. I cut my freaking fingers all the way across. Went in the house, rolled some bandage on it, like, all right, we're good to go. I mean, literally, you go like this, and the skin would open up.
That happened on the blower?
Yeah, I was plugged, and it didn't plug that bad, and I was trying to dig it out right at the bottom there, and I had moved the blower fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was just slowly moving, and then it came up and it pushed my hand into the cutters. Yeah.
That hurts just hearing it.
Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, I thought I was going to be, I thought I was losing fingers, you know, and you look at it, like, it ain't that bad. Don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
Dean said something too about one of these silos he said that they had built, and it ain't straight, and he said, just look up at it. I told him I'd do that.
It's this middle one. I think it's the middle one.
Oh, yeah.
It isn't straight. I can see it's leaning, as we would say from Medford, it's leaning a little towards Fishers.
It is, ain't it? Oh, Christ, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
Quite a bit. No ladders curved.
Yeah, you could see it.
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
It is leaning to the
Yeah.
west, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wonder if that happened in a storms at Johnson down in Colby. That twisted 3 of their silos, not Dwayne and Lynette, but his brother across the road. Just twisted the shit out of them.
Really?
And where there was silage in them, they were okay, but from there on up, it looked just
Right.
like somebody was making a snow cone.
Wow.
Twisted them staves.
Wow.
And that happened to 3 of his silos out there, I think it was. But yeah, it just twisted the shit out of them. You just stand back and look right up at them, and
Wow.
like from, you know,
I suppose you got nothing in there, you know.
Yeah, they
you know.
twisted the hell out of them.
Wow.
And I don't remember if this one was built crooked. I thought Dean said something about that. Boy, I didn't realize it was that crooked and leaning that much.
This thing is.
She is leaning quite a bit, ain't it?
Yeah, well, you can see it right here. Holy smokes. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just eyeballing it right here. I'll bet you 6 inches or more from top to bottom.
I-
just
I-
to this side.
I would say. Because that's the way he's up there, and you can see
Oh, yeah.
if you hung a rope down off of that, if you haul a rope off of that side, it would never hit the ground. If you're laying against the silo. Wow,
Didn't realize it was that bad.
that's crazy.
She said something too about taking these 3 down. She'd really like to get them out of here, but the one Mennonite crew come out and all they wanted was the hoops and leave the stayers behind, and she didn't want to deal with that.
No, I don't think I'd want that either.
No, it'd been different if she didn't have that pit closed off already,
Yeah, right?
because you can throw them in your pit
Yeah,
before you close them off for fill.
yep, could have done that.
She ain't got no place to go with them, and that's a shit ton of concrete.
That is, yeah. Yeah, the old pit
I
is
remember
gone.
all this concrete too.
What's that?
Every summer,
Oh.
Dick and I would pour another piece here and there, and I think he's got over an acre of concrete in here right now.
I wouldn't doubt it. Well, that's all concrete back there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dean and I was running numbers on it last night. If you had to pour this now, at what people charge today, there's over $300,000 worth of concrete working just out in this pasture.
Wow.
If you had to do it all
Oh,
at once.
yeah, right? I can imagine. Oh,
Then
boy.
Dick had that roof put on. I started for him in August of 80, and we did it sometime between there and 83. And everybody was giving him shit because he spent 10 grand on that roof.
Yeah,
To
but
have that roof on, you know.
my buddy and I were going to Eau Claire last weekend. We were looking at these old barns. And he was saying it too. He's like, you look at this, guy goes and puts a tin roof on the barn, and there it is, standing, strong as all hell.
Yep.
And you see one that didn't do anything with the roof, and the fucker is gone. It's just,
Yeah, once they start leaking, some of them barns didn't last long.
yeah, and all you need to do is just put a roof on it,
We got one right now in Athens, one of our cousins, they want to try and save it. And that's the first thing we looked at, it. Cover that roof up because
Yep.
it's rotten, you know.
You cover the roof up, they'll save you some time. You can think a little bit more about how to go about it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame when you see them old barns go down and it. That one that they want to save right across the road from that is our Weiler home farm. And that's all fixed up. We go there every year for parties and shit, dance floor up there, you know. Barn
Yeah.
looks cool as hell.
There's one up,
Shame seeing them go down.
there's a wedding barn up in well, I can't remember now, but up north. Oh, where the heck is that?
Got me lost on that.
Nokomis Lake. Nokomis Lake.
And the barn is still standing.
Oh, it's a wedding barn. I got a buddy that plays in a band, that they kind of got the band back together again from high school, and they're really fucking good. And they go up there, they play there like 2-3 times a year.
Oh,
And yeah, that barn, that's all fixed up. The upstairs is, because it's one of those where it's kind of on a hill, so one side's open, the other side isn't.
yep.
And down below is a bar.
Oh.
And you can see the old gutter running along in the bar area, and then the upstairs is the party area. Big stage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And yeah, they do all kinds of things there. Not just weddings. But oh yeah. So what the heck is the deal with this?
Just catching runoff water.
And doing what with it?
I think he was watering plants and stuff out here with it.
Oh yeah, I suppose I see. Yeah. Well, that works. Yeah.
Stainless steel bulk tank.
I remember my first car ever got from my sister. It was a Mercury Bobcat.
What color was that? Not a brownish, was it?
I think it was white with simulated wood grain sides.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
And so then my second car was a 1977 Pinto Coupe. Little Pintos with a little trunk in the back, not the hatch. And coming to the farm, I was not that far down the road, and that thing started knocking good and hard, and then she just locked up. Walked my way down to the farm. Mike is here, you know, he lived down, you know, down the way, and he was here. And we got the tractor, and we drugged that thing back. And like, you know, what the hell are we gonna do? Well, I had the stupid Mercury Bobcat. It was parked right here. And we go out in the pit and bomb around with that thing, you know, and go out in the field, and no exhaust on it, donuts and shit. And Dick would always be like, "You sons of bitches, you stay away from those fences. You knock fences down, you'll be out there fixing them." Yeah. We're milking cows one morning. Dick had to go do something. And finally, like a half hour later, you know, Mike's like, "Where the hell is Dick?" I don't know. He's been gone for quite a while, and all of a sudden you can hear, way out in the field, you can hear, we look out there. That son of a bitch, he snuck off because he's watching us kids just bomb around in this thing, you know. Here he was out there at the four-wheeler, and he got in that fucking Bobcat wagon, and you're watching him, he's just doing donuts and swinging that thing around, and he hit the fence.
Oh, no shit.
He took the fence down himself.
That's funny.
He went out there and he fixed that damn fence. You know, but I can just imagine a big shit-eating grin on his face when he's just whipping around donuts out in the field with that thing, you know. Thinking,
You like doing that shit.
yeah, you know, thinking I'll be damned if they're going to have all the fun, you know.
You talk about him being back there, that makes me remember one time with the bull. Dick used to have that old commuter, that belt drive three-wheeler.
Yeah.
You couldn't go through no water with it or nothing, and it wasn't all that fast. We're back in the woods. Can't remember what we were doing, but you know there's trees tipped over back there, rooted up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can hear this all of a sudden, "Hey! Hey!" And it keeps getting louder and a little bit more excited. "Hey!" And I'm looking around, I didn't see nothing yet, you know, but I did see the bull sitting there by a tree stump. A tree was tipped over and had the roots and everything tipped up, and I seen that bull over there. And I'm kind of watching that bull, and I hear this again. "Hey!" About that time, the bull walks to the other end of that root pile, and he's going to walk around like this, and then I see Dick's head poke out the other side of that. Well, the bull's trying to get at Dick. So Dick walks this way, and the bull's trying to get him. Bull backs up and sees Dick, walks down there, and Dick comes around this. And I'm kind of dumbfounded, you know. I don't know how long I sat there, but apparently it was long enough for Dick to say, "Hey, asshole, you going to help me out over here?" Well, that particular bull, you couldn't chase him. If you went up to him, you didn't want to trust him anyway, but take the three-wheeler down there and he'd chase the three-wheeler.
Right.
So I hop on the three-wheeler, get down there, get the bull off Dick, and I take off and come up the lane, and I got into the field. We had one gate open. I think, well, Dick can get out of there now. Yeah, we're good to go. I turned around, looked, and that goddamn bull was right behind that three-wheeler. And I'm heading at an angle away from the fence. Throttle cable breaks on the three-wheeler. Oh, this ain't gonna go so good. I bailed off the three-wheeler, head for the fence, hoping I could run faster, scared than the bull could mad. And he just stayed and just started piss pounding that three-wheeler. And Dick got his ass out of there too, and we locked that one up. I think he shipped them shortly after that. And one time, Randy Grambert and Brown, they owned the cattle dealer. They would go out and buy cattle and stuff, and they come out every year to buy stuff from Dick. He had that red old Ford. We had them turbo stickers on it. That old pickup truck.
Yeah.
Him and Randy and Brown, they hop in there and they go back in the lane, and they're out there looking at them heifers, and all of a sudden another bull comes up out of nowhere, different bull, smashes Dick right in the driver's side door, caved that door right in, goes around to the back of the truck, puts his head under the truck, keeps picking that pickup truck up and banging it. And Dick tells the story when he gets home. He says, "I looked over at Randy and said, 'You guys want to get out and look at the cows?' No, we can see him just fine from right here.
Oh boy. Well, you know,
This drain we in here. Remember I was telling you about we got him good with that badger.
yeah,
We used to put grain up in this floor. Well, before we do that, we had a 4x6, 8-foot timber, whatever. We had it up just on wire, you know, and swing it down for an extra support so that that floor beam wouldn't sag too much.
yeah.
Well, Dick and I started filling this one time, forgot to let that leg down. And we stopped filling, and Dick and I went in there, and we just had the other end up there with a piece of wire. And I don't know what the hell we were doing, but we reached up, we was going to lower that thing down, and I started to talk to Dick. I say, you think that wire will hold the... And I never got to finish the sentence. The wire snapped, and it was a white oak timber. That come down, hit me right smack in the head, bounced off my shoulder, and it looked just like slow motion. Now, you know Dick had polio. His one leg was not so good to begin with. And that timber come right down. It was coming like this at him. He didn't get out of the way quick enough, and the corner of that timber caught him right in that goddamn bad foot.
Man.
It knocked me on the ground, so I'm down on the ground crawling around on my knees, and Dick's hopping around on the one good leg he does got. He gimped around for a long time milking cows after that.
Wow. Well, you know that the bobcat I had, I think when we finally were done just beating the crap out of it, we just parked it there, and it sat there for quite a long time. And so Mikey and we decided, well, let's pull that fucking engine out. I got a V6 in it. So we pulled that Pinto,
That was the Pinto?
the Bobcat.
Bobcat.
I had a V6 in it. So we drug the old Pinto down by the milk hauler's shop down there, right next to him.
Oh, by Bartnick.
Yeah, and because he let him use the shop whenever he needed it. So we dragged that down there, hopped in that thing, drove that down there. We pulled that fucking engine and transmission out of there, and put that V6 in that Pinto. Ford to Ford, it all matched up, just fine. That was the funnest little fucking Pinto ever, man.
Didn't Ford have the Pinto, Mustang, Lynx, or something like that?
Yeah, the Mustang too.
Mustang too, yeah.
It was basically a glorified Pinto,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Lynx was like the Mercury Bobcat wagon,
That's right.
with the simulated wood grain sides, big, just a big sticker along the side,
And this thing wasn't here when we got here. That used to be just a granary sitting
Yep.
somewhere there.
Yep, there was grain in the top. Yep, and you'd open it up. I remember having to crawl up there when it was getting kind of low, and you'd push it out. It was corn. I think it was cob corn.
Or oats, yeah,
Yeah.
He picked a lot of corn.
I remember, you'd go up there and shovel it over to the hole,
Yeah.
and watch the frickin' mice run.
Oh, God, yeah.
Running all over the place up there.
They didn't starve it all. At first he built just that shop, and then later on, and I don't know if that shop up in the granary was still there, or did he tear the granary down first? Because Dean was trying to think. Because Dean remembered pulling it over, tipping it down. I don't remember how all that went, but he built all this stuff. Then he put that shit up over there. The year we built that, it was wetter than hell.
Oh yeah, it had to be nasty.
We were drilling the holes, and before we could stick the pole in the hole was full of water. But Dean and I was going with the Oliver and getting the poles and bringing them over. Butch Tischendorf was here building it. And on this end, them center poles, the end poles are always longer than your wall poles.
Yeah.
Well, by the time Dean and I got back with one of the poles that we needed for this end, Butch Tischendorf had tipped that long center pole up by himself.
Wow.
And got it in hole. And when we got there, he says, "What the hell you need a tractor for?" That guy was built like a bull. All him and all his kids, boy, they could work.
Yeah. Man.
Put that up. He put that shed up in the back. We always call that the green church, the one way back there. That one he put up. That one there, I think, was there when we got here.
What, this here?
No, the one in the back here. That one, I think, was there.
Yeah, I think so.
And the barn was the length it is. He never added on or nothing.
Nope. Yep. That's pretty much it's the same layout. Same layout. There wasn't 4 silos way back in the day.
I can't remember how many were here when I come the first time.
Was there 2?
Was there only 2?
It seems to me I remember there was 2, but I could be wrong. There may have been 3. But I don't recall. Yeah, I don't know.
That poured concrete one, Russ, was that always here?
When I was here before, I was thinking I don't remember that one being here, but I'm thinking that was a newer one being that it's poured.
I think he poured that when we. Did we put that up when we were here?
Because I don't recall there. Oh boy, I just wasn't sure. I'm like, well, it's newer because it's poured, but I don't recall that one always being. Or maybe it was always here. I don't know. Dang, I mean, maybe that always was here. I don't know.
And that I can't remember real clear.
I don't either. I walk back there and I look around. I'm like, I swear I don't remember 4 silos back there.
I don't think there was one I come here. And I don't know who would remember.
The one on the right, that was always here. And it was
Far one.
yeah, the one way over on the right. And the one the shorter one was always here, I think. And then he had that middle one put in. Yes?
I think so.
Because I don't remember 3 all together like that. And that one may have been here, the one on the left, and then that middle one was put in. Because I seem to remember the shorter one being here.
Yeah, there was a short one here, and then he was always going to add on because we always run out of high moisture corn before
Yeah.
the next season.
Yeah.
And we went and got staves from somewhere because I remember hauling them home and then stacking them out in the back here. Was always going to add on to them, and that's as much as I remember on that one. I do remember the barn roof going on, huge Heindel, we called him huge. He put that on.
Yeah, that's what saved the barn.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Best thing Dick ever did.
Yep.
And Dick liked keeping stuff up.
Yeah, because I had the old little windows up there. Little window coops coming out.
It used to have them on this side,
Yeah.
didn't it?
I think I had one on the other side as well.
I think there is one over there yet. but
Is there
can't
still?
remember.
And yeah, if you wouldn't have put the roof on, that's where that's where it would start having its problem.
Yeah. Barn
Yeah.
would have been down a long time ago. He was always doing something, He didn't move fast, but every day he did something.
Oh yeah.
I can always remember thinking about him when years back, it was like a tortoise in the air. I had to run 90 miles an hour, but it seemed like Dick got a hell of a lot more done in a day than.
And I'll tell you what, Dick, if you ever whined about having to do something,
Oh, you didn't do that.
you'll be like, you hold my beer.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, he'll do it, and he'll do it better and faster than you. He never asked you to do anything he couldn't do himself.
Nope.
The midnight oil! What the hell? This is gonna be a whole hell of a lot of freaking.
I don't know what's gonna happen here.
I'm gonna spend like a whole half a day and probably a 12-pack of beer trying to edit this video.